All right, so we'll move on to our next story now. And this is about the OFSI finally given permission to pay ex-crew from a yacht owned by a sanctioned Russian. The UK government Office of Financial Sanctions Implementation, or OFSI, has finally granted a license to Burgess Yachts to pay owed money to ex-crew for their salaries for Motor Yacht Luminosity. Now, Motor Yacht Luminosity is a yacht that is currently in Tivat in Montenegro. It was delivered to who we believe the owner is, Andrei Guryev, who's also believed to be the owner of Motor Yacht Alfa Nero out in Antigua. This yacht was delivered to him maybe a week before he was placed on the sanctions list, and the yacht has been sitting in Tivat ever since. Now, after the sanctions were placed on the person who we believe to own the yacht, the companies had to cease working with that yacht. So all crew were told they'd been laid off and the contracts had been cancelled, and that any remaining salary owed could not be paid until they'd been granted a license by the UK government to do so. Now, the message that went out to the crew was on the 10th of March 2022, and the license, which was applied for immediately by Burgess, according to Burgess, has only been granted now 18 months later. Now, however, it's not quite the end of the story, as you'll see from some of the text from the message that was sent out. And it says, "Dear all ex-Luminosity crew members, you will be pleased to know that after 18 months of chasing, the OFSI have granted the license application to pay the final salaries. This is going to take about another month to get the license and then to get the bank account unfrozen to release the money, but you will receive your final money owed." So another month, which in government speak, if the government's got anything to do with that, that will be at least another 2 months. But it looks like the crew will finally get their pay. Now, it should be noted, this only applies to the crew who are working on board at the time of the sanctions were placed on the owner, and it does not include pay that has not been paid to crew who worked on board whilst the yacht was almost abandoned in Tivat in Montenegro since then. So after those crew left, a number of local crew were hired to work on the boat, to caretake the boat. And those crew members were initially, they were paid a certain amount of months in advance to get them on board. We believe this was by Opus Private, according to crew members who've worked there. They were given money in advance, and then they were told that more money would come along at a later date. And a number of the former crew told us that they resigned because the money was not forthcoming. They were also told that they would not get any further pay. So this has nothing to do with those crew members who were hired locally to caretaker that yacht. The yacht is still in Tivat, Montenegro, as we speak. Now, the Guernsey-based company Opus Private was the company, as far as we know, who was dealing with those payments, and this is completely unrelated to them. Hi, thanks very much for watching this video. You've been watching a Super Yacht News clip. If you'd like to see the full unedited Super Yacht News video, you can click on the link over here. You can also find our channel links below here. And if you'd like to see more shorter videos like this one, be sure to subscribe to this channel.